Bible in a Year, the Message Version, April 18, Joshua chapter 16, verse 1 through chapter 18, verse 28. The lot for the people of Joseph went from the Jordan River Jericho, east of the spring of Jericho, north through the desert mountains to Bethel. It went on from Bethel, that is, Luz, to the territory of the Arakite in Ataroth. It was then descended westward to the territory to Japhelites, to the region of Lower Beth Horon, and on to Gezer, ending at the sea. This is the region from which the people of Joseph, Manasseh, and Ephraim got their inheritance. Ephraim, territory by clans. The boundary of the inheritance went from Ataroth Adar in the east to the upper Beth Horon, and then west to the sea. From Mikkatheth on the north turned eastward to Tenath Silhol, and passed along still eastward to Danai. The border then descended from Janai to Ataroth and Narah. It touched Jericho and came out at the Jordan. From the Tappuah, the border went westward to the brook Kanah and ended at the sea. This was the inheritance of the tribe of Ephraim by clans, including the cities set aside for Ephraim within the inheritance of Manasseh, all those towns and their villages. But they didn't get rid of the Canaanites who were living in Gezer. Canaanites are still living among the people of Ephraim, but they are made to do forced labor. This is the lot that fell to the people of Manasseh, Joseph's firstborn. Gilead and Bashan had already been given to Machir, Manasseh's firstborn and father of Gilead, because he was outstanding fighter. So the lot that follows went to the rest of the people of Manasseh and their clans, the clans of Abiezer, Helek, Ezrael, Shechem, Hepher, Shaddaim. These are the male descendants of Manasseh, son of Joseph, by their clans. Zelophehad, son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, had no sons, only daughters. Their names were Maliah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. They went to Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the leaders, and said, God commanded Moses to give us an inheritance among our kinsmen, and Josiah did it. He gave them, as God commanded, an inheritance amid their father's brothers. Manasseh's lot came to 10 portions in addition to the land at Gilead and Bashan on the other side of the Jordan, because Manasseh's daughters got an inheritance along with his sons. The land of Gilead belonged to the rest of the people of Manasseh. The boundary of Manasseh went from Asher all the way to Michmethath, just opposite Shechem, then ran southward to the people living at En-Tephah. The land of Tephah belonged to Manasseh, but Tephah itself, on the border of Manasseh, belonged to the Ephraimites. The boundary continued south to the brook Kanah. The cities there belonged to the Ephraim alone. They lay among the cities of Manasseh. The boundaries of Manasseh ran north of the brook and ended at the sea. The land of the south belonged to the Ephraim, the land to the north to Manasseh, with the sea as their western boundary. They met Asher on north and Issachar on the east. Within Issachar and Asher, Manasseh also held Bethshan, Ebelim, and the people of Dor, Ador, Tanakh, and Megiddo together with their villages, and the third in its list is Nephoth. The people of Manasseh never were able to take over these towns. The Canaanites wouldn't budge. But later, when the Israelites got stronger, they put the Canaanites to forced labor. But they never did get rid of them. The people of Joseph spoke to Joshua. Why did you give us just one allotment, one solitary share? There are a lot of us and growing. God has extravagantly blessed us. Joshua responded, Since there are so many of you, and you find the hill country of Ephraim too confining, climb into the forest and clear ground there for yourselves in the land of Perizzites and the Rephaim. But the people of Joseph said, There's not enough hill country for us and the Canaanites who live down in the plain, both those in Bethshan and its villages and in the valley of Jezreel, have iron chariots. Joshua said to the family of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh, Yes, there are a lot of you, and you are very strong. One lot is not enough for you. You also get the hill country. It's nothing but trees now, but you will clear the land and make it your own, from one end to the other. The powerful Canaanites, even with their iron chariots, won't stand a chance against you. Then the entire congregation of the people of Israel got together at Shiloh. They put up the tent of meeting. The land was under their control, but there were still 7 Israelite tribes who had yet to receive their inheritance. Joshua addressed the people of Israel. How long are you going to sit around on your hands, putting off taking possession of the land that God, the God of your ancestors, has given you? Pick 3 men from each tribe so I can commission them. They will survey and map the land, showing the inheritance due each tribe, and report back to me. They will divide it into 7 parts. Judah will stay in its territory in the south, and the people of Joseph will keep to their place in the north. You're responsible for preparing a survey map showing 7 portions. Then bring it to me so that I can cast lots for you here in the presence of our God. Only the Levites get no portion among you because the priesthood of God is their inheritance, and Gad, Reuben, and the half-tribe of Manasseh already have their inheritance on the east side of the Jordan, given to them by Moses, the servant of God. So the men set out. As they went out to survey the land, Joshua charged them, Go, survey the land and map it. Then come back to me, and I will cast lots for you here at Shiloh in the presence of God. So off the men went. They covered the ground and mapped the country by towns in a scroll. Then they reported back to Joshua at the camp of Shiloh. Joshua cast the lots for them at Shiloh in the presence of God. That's where Joshua divided up the land to the people of Israel according to the tribal divisions. The first lot turned up for the tribe of Benjamin with its clans. The border of the allotment went between the people of Judah and Joseph. The northern border began at the Jordan, then went up to the ridge north of Jericho, ascending west into the hill country, into the western wilderness of Beth Aven. From there, the border went around to Luz, to its southern ridge, that is Bethel, and then down from Ataroth Adar to the mountain to the south of lower Bethoron. There, the border took a turn on the west side and swung south from the mountain to the south of Beth Horon and ended at Karath Baal, that is, Karath Jearim, a town of the people of Judah. This was the west side. The southern border began at the edge of Karath Jearim on the west, then ran west until it reached the spring, the waters of Nephatah. It then descended to the foot of the mountain opposite the valley of Ben Hinnom, which flanks the valley of Rephaim to the north, descended to the Hinnom Valley just south of the Jebusite Ridge, and went on to En Rogel. From there it curved north to En Shemesh and Geloth, opposite the Red Pass, Adonam, down to the stone of Boran, the son of Reuben, continued toward the north flank of Beth Araba, then plunged into Araba. It then followed the slope of Beth Hagla north and came out at the northern bay of the Salt Sea, the south end of the Jordan. This was the southern border. The east border was formed by the Jordan. This was the inheritance of the people of Benjamin for their clans, marked by these borders on all sides. The cities of the tribe of Benjamin, clan by clan, were Jericho, Beth Hagla, Emlech, Keziz, Beth Araba, Zema Ram, Bethel, Avim, Parah, Orphra, Kephrar, Ammoni, Ophin, Jebah, 12 towns with their villages, Gibeon, Ramah, Baroth, Mirpah, Kippurah, Morzah, Rechem, Erpel, Tarah, Zelah, Heleph, the Jebusite city, that is Jerusalem, Gibeah, and Korah, Jerim, 14 cities with their villages. This was an inheritance for Benjamin, according to its clans. Luke chapter 19, verse 1 through verse 27. Then Jesus entered and walked through Jericho. There was a man there, his name Zacchaeus, the head tax man and quite rich. He wanted desperately to see Jesus, but the crowd was in his way. He was a short man and couldn't see over the crowd. So he ran on ahead and climbed up into a sycamore tree so he could see Jesus when he came by. When Jesus got to the tree, he looked up and said, "Zacchaeus, hurry down. Today is my day to be a guest in your home." Zacchaeus scrambled out of the tree, hardly believing his good luck, delighted to take Jesus home with him. Everyone who saw the incident was indignant and grumped. "What business does he have getting cozy with this crook?" Zacchaeus just stood there, a little stunned. He stammered apologetically, "Master, I give away half my income to the poor, and if I'm caught cheating, I'll pay 4 times the damages." Jesus said, "Today is salvation day in this home. Here he is, Zacchaeus, son of Abraham, for the Son of Man came to find and restore the lost." Well, he had their attention, and because they were getting close to Jerusalem by this time, an expectation was building that God's kingdom would appear any minute. He told this story. There was once a man descended from a royal house who needed to make a long trip back to headquarters to get authorization for his rule and then return. But first he called 10 servants together, gave them each a sum of money, and instructed them, "Operate with this until I return." But the citizens there hated him, so they sent a commission with a signed petition to oppose his rule. "We don't want this man to rule us." When he came back bringing the authorization of his rule, he called those 10 servants to whom he had given the money to find out how they had done. The first said, "Master, I doubled your money." He said, "Good servant, great work. Because you've been trustworthy in this small job, I'm making your governor 10 towns." The second said, "Master, I made 50% profit on your money." He said, "I'm putting you in charge of 5 towns." The next servant said, "Master, here's your money safe and sound. I kept it hidden in the cellar. To tell you the truth, I was a little afraid. I know you have high standards and hate sloppiness and don't suffer fools gladly." He said, "You're right. I don't suffer fools gladly, and you've acted the fool. Why didn't you at least invest the money in securities so I would have gotten a little interest on it?" Then he said to those standing there, "Take the money from him and give it to the servant who doubled my stake." They said, "But master, he already has double." He said, "That's what I mean. Risk your life and get more than you ever dreamed of. Play it safe and end up holding the bag. As for these enemies of mine who petitioned against my rule, clear them out of here. I don't want to see their faces around here anymore." Psalm chapter 87, verse 1 through verse 7. A Korah psalm. He founded Zion on the holy mountain, and oh, how God loves his home, loves it far better than all the homes of Jacob put together. God's hometown, oh, everyone there is talking about you. I name them off, those among whom I'm famous: Egypt, Babylon, also Philistia, even Tyre, along with Cush. Word's getting around. They point them out. This one was born again here. The word's getting out on Zion. Men and women, right and left, born again in her. God registers their names in his book. This one, and this one, born again right here. Singers and dancers, give credit to Zion. All my springs are in you. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 11. Easy come, easy go, but steady diligence pays off. This was a daily reading from the Message version of the Bible, read to you by Bible in a Year.